Here are 20 practical Amazon home finds for your entire home. Your space is going to be feeling so much more put together, less cluttered, and you're actually going to be able to maintain it with these game-changing products all from Amazon. Everything in today's video will be linked in the description box below and pinned to a top comment to take all of the guesswork out of organizing your home. Let's get started. First up, let's start with the kitchen because that is the first space that I would recommend you tackle if you're feeling overwhelmed and have no idea where to start. If you want to maximize your space under your kitchen sink, grab these two-tiered pull-out drawers. They are multi-purpose, can be used in other spaces throughout your home. In fact, I also have them under our bathroom as well. Throw your extra cleaning supplies in here so that everything has a space. You can also have a home for your extra scrub daddies or your extra Dawn dish soap, whatever it is. Give it a home, and this is going to maximize the space under your sink. If you are like me and you may have an obsession with water tumblers and you probably have accumulated way too many, for one, it doesn't hurt to potentially declutter here, but at the same time, you can also get this water bottle organizer. I love how these are horizontal so you can easily find different cups instead of just grabbing for the same few that are at the front of your cabinet. This does fit the largest size Stanley in my personal experience, so I think it will fit a variety of tumblers, and you can also use this in your fridge if you want. If you're an avid white wine drinker or champagne drinker, for example, you can throw this in your fridge to easily store your bottles. If you're wanting to maximize the space in your cabinets, you definitely need some Lazy Susans. I have a few that I love for different reasons. First up is this acrylic option. This one has taller sides, so it keeps smaller bottles in place. We use this for all of our vitamins. If you have a husband who loves his supplements like I do, or if you personally love taking lots of different supplements, or if you need this for your medicine cabinet, this is going to make it so much easier to find what you're looking for because you can spin it around. This size is best suited for smaller items. I wouldn't do like big spaghetti jars or anything like that because you're really not going to be able to maximize the space, but this is perfect for things like vitamins. If you have some larger items to organize, you can also get these Lazy Susans that don't come up as tall on the sides. We use this in our pantry for spaghetti sauces, peanut butter, things like that. And while you're down there reorganizing your cabinets, I would also recommend to protect your cabinets as well and grab these under the sink mats. They are relatively affordable, and should anything go wrong, if you have any leaks or if you have any cleaning supplies spill under there, and you probably aren't going to find it because of all of the stuff covering it up, these are going to give you a lot of peace of mind. You could also use these Lazy Susans for your spices, but because they don't fit everything, I don't think that's the best system. I would recommend to get a organizer like this one if you have the drawer space to utilize this. If not, you can go for something like this if you need to put it in your cabinet, but we have our spices in a drawer and it is so quick and easy to find everything. I love aesthetic spaces, so I took mine a step above and went for custom labels and glass bottles for all of my spices. This was like a nesting activity a couple years ago, and we have maintained it ever since. There are so many different bamboo organizers like this. The key that you want to look for is to make sure that it's expandable so that you can easily fit, for the most part, your drawer space instead of going for something custom, which will cost hundreds of dollars. If you are a tea drinker, you can save so much space in your cabinets by getting rid of all of the individual boxes that they come in and get this acrylic organizer instead. This easily fits in a drawer. The task that probably feels the most overwhelming, but I promise you is the most satisfying, is organizing your drawers, especially if you have a chronic junk drawer that you can never keep clean. It can be very overwhelming trying to figure out what organizers are going to fit in your drawer. I find that the best way to go about organizing a drawer is just to get a variety multi-pack of different sizes so you can play around with the layout to find what works for all of your random items. I promise you, if you just need something to de-stress and get your life feeling more put together, organize your junk drawer and you will thank your future self. I have purchased these exact organizers a few different times to organize different spaces in our home, from our junk drawer, our kitchen pantry, our bathroom vanity spaces, and they always work. They are a #1 bestseller too, by the way. Next is for those of you who really love that aesthetic look and feel of organization, and you don't just want something that makes it practical, but you want something that looks so good sitting on your shelf. Last year we remodeled our pantry, and if you haven't seen that before and after, definitely check out this video next because it is the most satisfying before and after, if I do say so myself. But I knew it was important to me to keep whatever was out and open, have a little bit of a decorative touch, but also be functional. And I opted for glass storage containers, which do have pros and cons that I'll quickly mention. Glass is, of course, a lot heavier than plastic, and it can break should you end up dropping it or if you have young kids. But personally, I wanted to get glass just because I felt better about it than having all of our food in plastic. I bought some labels on Etsy, and I love how this turned out, and it is something that we use every single day, and I find it very practical and functional. Having your superfood and clear organizers like this will make it easier to know when to add things to your grocery list when you're getting low on things and avoid repurchasing things. So it kind of saves you money in the long run. Next, let's talk about bathroom organization, because that is another space that is a game changer once you have the right systems in place to keep things organized, because then you'll know exactly what products you have and hopefully you won't have a million barely empty shampoo and conditioner bottles that you aren't getting rid of in your shower. Raise your hand if you're guilty of that. All these really pretty aesthetic dispensers for our bathroom in 2021, and it is still something that I use to this day. For our everyday towels, we use these shower hooks. We have sort of a floating shower, so finding a solution to have towels easily accessible was a little challenging at first until I found these hooks. They're perfect if you're wanting to maximize the space in front of your shower, if you're not wanting to put a hook there, or if you're not wanting to add permanent hooks somewhere. And they are also way more reliable than getting like one of those suction cup hooks that I've seen as an option. I love switching out our guest napkins to have something sort of related to the season or to the month, any sort of holiday coming up. Right now I have these for Memorial Day weekend. I'm probably just going to keep these through the summer, or at least until 4th of July. But you can find really cute packs of these on Amazon, and I just store them under our sink and I'll bring them back out next year for the following season. If you're someone who has a lot of everyday products to organize under your bathroom sink, the 2-tier option is probably not going to be the best option for you. I would recommend going with these plastic organizing bins. They come in a variety of sizes. I have a variety under my sink, and I did this again in 2021, and it is something that I have easily maintained over the years. I also don't have a ton of drawer space in my bathroom vanity, so this makes it so much easier to store everyday things that I can't physically fit anywhere else. I truly think these bins maximize under the sink storage, so these are definitely one of my favorite organization items from today's video. I have a few favorite closet organization products to recommend. If you are interested in seeing more detail on how I organize my closet, let me know in the comments below and I can share more on that. But finding solutions for all of those small accessories in your closet can be a little challenging or a little overwhelming. If you need a clever way to organize your belts, there's so many different ways to do this. You can use different hooks if you want to have them hung up. I personally don't like the look of that. It feels a little cluttered to me, so I like to have mine tucked away in a drawer or on a shelf, and I use these clear organizers for my belts, and I just roll them up so I can easily find them. It looks just really clean and nice. I love these organizers for sunglasses. I can easily find what I'm looking for and also mix it up because I can see everything. If you have them in their cases, they can just sort of get lost if they're out of sight, out of mind. I have a few different utility carts like this throughout my home. I have one in our utility closet with different cleaning supplies. I have one in our coat closet just with random miscellaneous things. It helps to maximize that floor space. If you need to move it around, you can. This one does come with wheels. I know some people also like to use these for even arts and crafts in the playroom. You could even repurpose this during the holidays if you're wanting to give back to your delivery drivers. You can put this out on the porch and fill it up. They're very versatile. I definitely recommend having at least one or two in your home. If you have different sets of bedding, I have these organizers and they make it really easy to see what you have, but also keep your different sheets protected. These are collapsible. They're really easy to put together. They just sort of snap in place. I find them to be a great size for various bedding. And instead of just having them out on an open shelf, it's nice to have them enclosed to prevent dust from getting on them. They also have handles on the front so you can easily pull them out when you're ready to put them on your bed. If you are a mom looking for a way to organize all of your child's stuffed animals, this over-the-door organizer has saved our playroom space. The pockets are super deep, so you can fit a ton of stuffed animals in them. It's also very easy for them to put things away in and take them out. Now, obviously, I cannot guarantee that your kids will put things back in them. That would be nice. But these just have very simple hooks that you can put on the back of the door. I also just put it in the closet just so the door wasn't as bulky because my daughter has so many stuffed animals. This is probably an organization item that is probably not on your radar, but if you're looking for a way to organize all of your batteries, you can just grab this all-in-one organizer instead of having multiple packets of like torn open cardboard that you're dealing with. It gives me peace of mind that I know exactly where all of our batteries are because you can never be too careful when it comes to having little ones with batteries. So I have this stored very high, out of reach, out of sight of my young ones. You need to bring some organization to your everyday drawers. Think panties, socks, bras, or if you have little children's clothes, you need some organization for your nursery. These are my favorite organizers for clothing, specifically in drawers. They can fold flat if you have too many and you need to store them away to use down the road. They also have some flexibility to them. It's not a hard plastic, so you can easily kind of smush them in to really maximize the space in a drawer, which is nice. I'm actually gonna add another set to my cart right now because I ordered a dresser for the future nursery for baby number 2. This next one is sort of a doozy. I'm not gonna lie, it's more of a commitment than just organizing your junk drawer, but it is so satisfying to have more organization in a really cluttered space. So recently I needed to reorganize our basement storage. So you can use this in your garage, you can use this in your attic, you can use this wherever you're storing all of your big bins. We have 2 of these in our basement now, and it is the perfect size for, I believe it's the 74 quart size. I will link the bins that we have for the most part down below. This is where we have all of our holiday stuff, all of our extra baby stuff, our random ski stuff that we're not needing on a daily basis here in Georgia. And what's so great about this is you can stack things to maximize your floor space, but you can also pull the bins out since they're not stacked one on top of the other. This is a project that I just tackled recently, and I honestly kind of put it off because I thought it was gonna be a huge all day affair, but honestly I knocked it out in less than an hour and a half. And for good measure, I also have to mention these adorable little scalloped baskets that I've been eyeing. I think I'm gonna grab these again for our future nursery, but I love a basket. You can never have too many baskets around your house. Throw the toys in, throw the blankets in to declutter and have less visual chaos. That's definitely my number 1 tip. I love organization. People ask me pretty often how I keep my home so clean, and I really think it comes down to 1, having the right organization items and having the right systems in place so everything has a spot. But at the same time, I also try not to have things in excess. I don't like a ton of things out on the counter. The more stuff that you have out, it's just gonna look cluttered, even if you spent an hour cleaning your kitchen. I will have all of these products in today's video linked below and saved on my Amazon storefront, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.